This is Brittany Freakin Chavez, and welcome to another Toltec Astrology birth chart reading. Today we dive into Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex astrology. We're going to look at the placements in her life and in her chart, and maybe we get to see an insider view of how Meghan Markle works and what her motivations are. The thing with celebrities is oftentimes we get this idea of what they are. We see pictures in the tabloids, we see interviews, but we never truly know what their inner workings, inner feelings, or motivations are. So if you put any stock into astrology, this will be a really interesting one for you. You'll get an idea of some of the challenges that Meghan has faced throughout her life, and maybe it'll help you also understand her motivations and her actions and reactions to especially some of the news that's been going on lately. All right, let's jump in. This is a picture of Meghan's birth chart. And as you can see, she's got all of her placements on the north and the south side of this chart. So what that shows to me is that she's got a lot of opposition or opposing forces in her chart and in her energy. A lot of times people who have opposing forces in their chart, they are one person on the inside and they are another person outwardly. And this can create some dissonance. It can feel like sometimes these people are deeply misunderstood and like they're fighting an internal battle between being their authentic self and being able to present themselves in a way so that everybody else finds them palpable. The first thing that we're going to talk about is Meghan's year. Meghan was born in a North year, and I call North people the Survivalist year. They are Survivalists because their birth chart is fraught with lots of heavy challenges in their life, and this challenge that they are brought up in teaches them ways to shift their reality, and it helps them manage their experience in a way that brings them ease and comfort. These people are really hardy, and they're really good at preserving themselves, and sometimes they are really literal, almost to a fault. And what I mean by that is a lot of times they see things so literally that they have a hard time understanding other people's emotions and the emotions of people who are around them. So I wonder if this is something that drives Meghan, and I wonder if she has struggled with that in her life. The other thing to note about Year North people is that they are heroes. They are heroes because they are born in challenge and they make the most out of situations even if they aren't the best. It's not that Year North people are manipulators or people who want to bend others to their will. Instead, they want to shift reality in such a way so that everything works harmoniously and so that they are able to lead people to justice and to equity and through life's deep challenges. We'll look at Meghan's Venus placement next. And as you can see from her chart, she is in evening star phase of Venus. People who are evening star are really excellent judges of characters. They're really good at making judgment. They're really good at following their intuition. And a lot of times people admire evening star people. So a lot of times these people are loved by all their friends and family. And if these people find their way into the public eye, everybody seems to love them so much that they can't get enough of them. So I thought that that was really interesting because I feel like in America, at least, Meghan Markle is very well loved. And maybe it has something to do with her evening star Venus placement. Next, we'll look at the Lord of the Night. Meghan was born under the Centeotl Lord of the Night. So that's the fourth Lord of the Night. People born under this sign have an affinity for thinking and talking and communicating, but sometimes they have really busy brains. So this can lead to anxiety or just the feeling like they just have so many thoughts coming to them that they don't know what to do with them. So a lot of people who are born under Centeotl can be paralyzed by inaction if they are, stuck always in their mind and always thinking about things. So, Centeotl people, they need to find balance in their life by, finding a creative outlet for their busy mind. A lot of these people end up being great teachers or bloggers or people who do some sort of service to others. All of these actions are really good at balancing a really busy mind. And so that's something to think about if you have a Centeotl Lord of the Night placement. Another aspect of the Centeotl people is most of the time they are really great nurturers. And when you are a nurturing soul, a nurturing spirit, you have to learn to find balance in that. A lot of times nurturers can be perceived as clingy or as needy. So you need to work to find balance between that need to nurture and that need to hang on to people, and also that ability to let people fly free. Meghan was born under the Aztec monkey Trecena. And remember, the Trecena is like a 13-day period. It's very similar to what we would call a month. People born in the Aztec monkey Trecena are attracted to the spotlight. They just, from the time they're kids, seek opportunities to be able to perform, to be in the public eye, and they're really good at work. Like, it's not like, oh, I just want to be like a bard or an entertainer or something, and that's how I want to make my money. It's not quite like that. They're really good at work. In fact, they are very fulfilled in work usually, but they need to have a very good balance. And typically these people jump around from hobby to hobby, and that occupies their time and helps them find balance with their, need to perform and their love of the spotlight of being in the public eye. A lot of people who are born in the monkey Trecena are leaders, teachers, influencers, and performers. And I think that this definitely describes Meghan. I think that I would definitely say she's an influencer and a leader, and maybe she has something to teach the world as well. Meghan was born under the Centeotl Flint day sign. I don't envy anybody born under this sign. I feel like this sign is the sign of perfection and order. And remember, anybody who might be watching this who has perfectionist tendencies, perfectionism can be very good. You can turn out excellent products. You can really help a lot of people in your excellent communication and your problem-solving skills. But sometimes that perfection trait can cause you to be paralyzed. You can be paralyzed by wanting to make everything just so, by wanting to keep up appearances or make things look a certain way. And that can cause a lot of, stagnancy or a lot of roadblocks in people's lives. So a Centeotl Flint person, they have this beautiful characteristic and ability to see the order in everything and to see how things work. They have the ability, almost like a machinist or like an engineer, where they see all these little moving pieces and they're able to figure out how those little pieces work and how they, make a bigger picture. So again, this is a very strong leadership quality. The Centeotls are often like well-mannered, even-keeled individuals. The negative side of Centeotl is a lot of times their even-keeled nature can lead them to have a tendency to avoid conflict until it's too late. So what I mean by that is a lot of times they have some conflict in their life and they don't say anything about it because they don't want to make waves and they just kind of want to be harmonious. And then all of a sudden they just explode, like they really blow up. And so I wonder if Meghan behind closed doors is a little bit spicy. Another really great weakness of Centeotl is the need for shiny things and the vanity aspect of Centeotl. Centeotl is a beautiful sign of order, like I said before, and a lot of Centeotls are very vain because they care too much about their outward appearance and they care too much about their perception. In other words, they care too much about what other people think. And of course, we know this is another characteristic that can really paralyze you. It can really make you feel like you have to be a certain way, and it can really limit you. So I hope that is not what Meghan is experiencing. And maybe she did feel that negative or that shadow aspect of herself when she was more affiliated with the royal family. And so I'm glad that her and Harry have gotten the support that they needed to break away and start a different life for themselves. It comes as no surprise to me that Meghan has kind of gone into this really big power structure and totally subverted it, thrown it on its side, because that is what people with her type of placements do. They're very, very good at looking and seeking out problems and then just totally destroying them. So I think that that's very interesting that she essentially, again, she's like this nobody American girl, and then she just like becomes a princess and then totally like throws the royal family in the trash can. I'm like, wow, did she really just do that? And just watching everything that she does and watching her interviews and seeing how she's literally turned the royal family upside down is like so amazing to me. But like I said, it doesn't come as a surprise with all of these different placements. The last thing that we can look at for Meghan is her galactic tone, and she has a tone of 8, which means that she was born on the 8th day of the monkey Trecena. And so again, this is like a very high aspect of justice and balance and harmony and creativity. So people who are born with a galactic tone of 8, a lot of times they enjoy work. Like they find something they like to do in life and they just keep doing it because it brings them joy and happiness. And they also are very good at recognizing patterns. They're good at recognizing how the world works. So we see a lot of cohesion with some of her other placements and also with her very big drive for justice and equity. All in all, I think that Meghan Markle seems like a pretty amazing person, and I hope that this reading was able to give you guys a little bit of insight into who she really is and what her motivations are. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any other famous people's birth chart readings. Thank you so much for watching. Also, please check out my Patreon. If you enjoy these symbols and this type of energy and expression, I offer my patrons daily divinations, which means every single day I tell you what the energy is going to be like, and I tell you how you can most make use of that energy. What birth chart would you like to see next? Comment somebody famous below, and I'll try to make a video for you.